Acts chapter 9, verse 32. And it came to pass, as Peter passed through all quarters, he came down also to the saints which dwelt at Lydda, or Lydda, I think it's Lydda. And there he found a certain man named Aeneas, who had kept his bed for 8 years and was sick with palsy. And Peter said unto him, Aeneas, Jesus Christ makes thee whole. Arise and make thy bed. And Aeneas arose immediately. And all that dwelt in that town Lydda, and also all that dwelt in Saron, saw Aeneas, the guy with palsy, and that he was better, and turned to the Lord. Now there was at Joppa, which is another town, a certain disciple named Tabitha, which by interpretation is called Dorcas. That's just it's a different word for the name. This woman, Tabitha, was full of good works and alms deeds, which she did. Alms is usually like charity, is giving. And it came to pass in those days that Tabitha was sick and died. And when they had washed her body, they laid her body in an upstairs room. And forasmuch as Lydda, and because the town of Lydda was near to the town of Joppa, and the disciples heard that Peter was there in Lydda, they sent unto him 2 men, asking that he would not delay and come there to the house where Tabitha's dead body was. Then Peter arose and went with them. When he was arrived, they brought him into the upper chamber, and all the widows stood by him weeping and showing the coats and garments which Tabitha Dorcas had made while she was living, or while she was alive with them. But Peter put them all forth and kneeled down and prayed, and turning himself to the body, said, Tabitha, arise. And she opened her eyes, and when she saw Peter, she sat up. And he gave her his hand, and lifted her up. And when he had called the saints and widows, the saints are the other disciples, and widows who were friends of Tabitha, presented her alive. And it was known throughout the whole town of Joppa, and many believed in the Lord. And it came to pass that he tarried many days in Joppa with a guy named Simon, who was a tanner. A tanner is someone who treats leather. He gets the skin, and the skin of cows or whatever he's going to make the leather up with, and treats it. They talk about tanning leather. Okay, so in chapter 10 we're all set up. Peter is in Joppa with Simon the tanner, and he's just resurrected Tabitha from the dead. And chapter 10 is next. Okay.